and Yale. Third of the way down the track, and it's Brooks that have a lead, and they've got clear water, just over a length.
And the girls looking incredibly confident. They do not seem to be backing off the challenge at all and just continuing to work to extend that lead. Giving a classic Brooks race of, you know, go hard at the start, harder in the middle, and really hard at the end. Brooks really just extending this lead.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty comfortable there now. Who's up next?
We have a French crew on the Berkshire station and University of London Boat Club on the Bucks station.
And the French crew from... don't say France.
Aviron Grenoble.
Yeah, Aviron Grenoble on the Berkshire station, and the University of London Boat Club are on the Bucks station. They're down at the start waiting to get underway as Brooks move further ahead of the Yale B crew. Championship 4, the time now just about 6 o'clock. We're into the last dozen or so races. Last race due to finish at 18:40. We've got a couple more races of the Championship 4s. Then we've got the Junior Singles, and then it is the Development Coxed 4s. And Brooks, top of your screen, just crossing the line. And we've got on the course the French B crew up against University of London. UL have a lead there of about 3/4 of a length.
And looking an incredibly well polished crew, if I may say so. Really completely in sync with one another, and it's reflecting in their boat speed. It's just kind of humming along on top of the water. A little bit more laboured in the French crew. UL really demonstrating the depth in their squad and the training programme that they've had for so long. Really is a testament to the coaching staff that they have and the support team behind them. But I don't think this race is completely wrapped up yet. As Tom has been mentioning, there's that bit of elastic in terms of trying to break contact, and I don't think it's quite being broken yet. It's definitely on its way, but the French crew haven't given up yet. And as we've seen in the last few races, being down does definitely not mean that you're out of the competition.
No, we saw the lead change earlier in that junior race, but University of London looking strong here. Got a good lead as they're going through the boating enclosures, coming up to about the halfway point of this race.
Talking about different styles of rowing throughout the weekend so far, and they do seem to have a bit more of an emphasis on the back end than some of the crews that we've seen. And that's definitely paying off in the result that they're getting at the moment. There's a definite look of determination on all four women's faces there.
And we've got the start of the next race, the third in this block of Championship. Fours, Edinburgh University and Molesey Boat Club A. Molesey over on the Buckinghamshire station and Edinburgh University on the Berkshire station. There we can see Edinburgh, and Edinburgh have a slight lead at the top of the island.
You'd think that the Molesey crew would be very confident in this event. They have a very experienced crew with Katie Bartlett, who was a member of the GB Under-23 that won silver in 2014 and bronze in 2015.
Just looking at the top of the screen there, we got the finish of the previous race. That's University of London heading down towards the finish, getting into the last section there. But this is close. Edinburgh and Molesey.
Yeah, very closely fought battle between the two boats. As Tom has been saying, this elastic is still there, keeping those boats together. It's going to be a real battle.
Now, if anything, Molesey have just gone through there. Maybe just got the advantage as they go past us. Molesey then maintaining a decent rate of striking, and they're just ahead, but they haven't really gone too far ahead. It's a really good race, this one, that's for sure, as they're heading down now towards the halfway point. Edinburgh still hanging on there. Molesey going for a push, trying to break away, but Edinburgh won't let them go.
Looks like it's going to be an interesting push into the finish. We're hoping maybe there'll be a sprint, which is always interesting to watch. Both crews really, really digging deep and pushing hard. You can see the face of the Edinburgh stroke girl. You can see just how hard they're pushing.
And they're not. They're definitely not letting them go. If anything, I think Molesey have probably drifted across. If you look at that shot, it looks as if they're creeping over into Edinburgh's water. We'll keep an eye on that one on the top right of your screen. The next one underway. This is Leander and Cambridge University women. Leander on the Berkshire station, Cambridge on the Buck station.
And in this Leander boat, you have two ex-American University students. So the crew is consisting of Bailey Camp, Chloe Laverick, Flo Donald and Rachel Heap. So this should be a really good, experienced crew.
And looking there at Molesey, at the top, Molesey still desperately trying to break away from Edinburgh, and I think now they have got a bit of a lead. It's probably now up to about a length as they're coming into the final stages of that race. We're looking at the main picture, bottom left, which is Leander.
Cambridge hit the booms.
And Leander have taken advantage of Cambridge steering problems. They clattered the booms. That slowed them down. If they're not careful, they're going to do it again. They're straightening up. But we've seen this a few times today. You hit the boom, sometimes you're lucky enough just to glance, but they've really, really got to work hard now, Cambridge, if they're going to get back on terms with Leander. And that distance is probably about 4 lengths, and you can just see how hard Cambridge are working. And when you work that hard, the steering can very often go. They're desperately trying to get back on terms and eat up that ground, but it's some 3 or 4 lengths that they're down on the Leander crew.
And that must be so frustrating for this Cambridge crew. They've got some experienced rowers in there. They've got one blue and one blondie oarswoman, so it must be so frustrating.
Well, they've got it all to do, that's for sure. They've not given up. They're trying desperately. The bow just took a look over her shoulder to see how far away Leander are, and they are still some distance. So as Leander reached the halfway point, that's a shame. That's very, very disappointing and a real shame. And it's not impossible, but it's really, really hard to get back on terms. We saw it earlier on today. Tideway Scullers managed to claw back a deficit of about 4 lengths. But I don't think Cambridge are going to be able to do it in this race. The next races we have coming up are the junior single sculls. The Leander crew pressing ahead in this race. They'll meet Wolsey Boat Club tomorrow.
You have to take your hat off to those Cambridge girls for continuing to try and chase that Leander boat down the course.
Yeah, we'll give you some results here. The race of race which was 2-1-0, J16 Cotswolds, which was a win for Glasgow Academy, 2 lengths 5:43. Marlow beat Lady Eleanor Hollis, 2 lengths 5:32. And it was Emmanuel School that beat Henley in a cracking race, and a very strong finish there from Emmanuel. Saw them win that by half a length, 5:37. And Championship 4's Oxford Brooks, 1.5 lengths in a time of 5:04. London University Boat Club beat Avron Grenoble, 5:13. Distance there was 1 length. Molesey Boat Club beat Edinburgh University, distance 1 length, in a time of 4:59. On the course presently we have Leander with Cambridge desperately trying to hunt them down after their mishap at the start. So the single sculls are underway. This is the junior single sculls with
Phoebe Muir racing for Exeter Rowing Club, and Meda, I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. It's a bit of a complicated one, but she is racing for Mossbourne.
We'll call her LaKite, and apologies if that is wrong, but they're pretty much level as they go past us.